What's up, family? Hope everybody having a great week and a great day. We just wrapped up week 7 devotional journal book club discussion on testing the waters. This was another great topic, essentially talking about when we come to those fork in the road moments in life, right? And you know what? You know you're supposed to go right, but sometimes left look a little bit enticing, right? And so sometimes we test the waters and we go the route that we know we shouldn't have went, and sometimes we don't know that we shouldn't have took that route. But we learn the lesson from it to be better in the future, right? That we can reflect and look on. And so we talked about a lot of the best practices when we come to those moments where it's a fork in the road, right? And one of the things that we took away from that, from the reading this week was the acronym STOP. So when we think about STOP, that essentially means stop, think, outcomes, and possibilities. And what that allows us to do whenever we come to that fork in the road, it allows us to stop, to think, to gather our thoughts. Okay, God, what is it that you want me to do in this situation right here? And that allows us to think about the different outcomes and the possibilities that can happen. So if I do this situation, if I do it the right way, this is what's going to be at the end of it. If I go left and I don't follow the directions of God, okay, what are the consequences that come with taking the wrong directions or the wrong route in life? And when we stop and take those moments, it allows us to have like a perspective of hindsight. Like hindsight is 2020, what people always say. But in those moments, if we just stop and think through, like, okay, if I make this decision, what is it going to lead to? That allows us to have that ability before even making a decision, which allows us to make better decisions. And that's what the ultimate goal is, because every day God gives us free will. We have our free will to make any choice that we want. God is not going to make us do anything. So we have to be able to say, okay, in each situation, how can I make the best decision? How can I make the best choices every single day? Like a good, he's like an uncle to us growing up. He used to always say this, and as kids, we just remember him always saying, he's like, life is about choices. Every time if something happens, he say, life's about choices. So if you want to make that decision, it's about choice. You're going to get the lesson regardless. You're going to get the experience. And so we talked about, additionally, the difference between failures and lessons. Because sometimes in life we can look at situations and say, I failed in that situation, or that was a situation where you just failed, right? But ultimately we have to change our thinking to lessons, because when we say lessons, that allows us to realize there's something that we can pull from that. Sometimes we say failure, we're like, we just throw everything away. But there's a lesson, there's an experience and a lesson in that situation that allows us to be better. So even if you did something when you were 18, 16, 14, 12 years old, okay, now when you're 21, when you're 25, when you're 30, you're going to say, oh, I could look back and be able to say, I learned from that, and now I'm better going forward. So that was one of the things that, we really talked about with this week, and it was a lot of great discussion. As always, I share with you guys like the notes. It was a lot of good stuff on here. And also, one of the main things that continued to keep coming up in the discussion was wisdom and knowledge. Wisdom and knowledge. So we kept saying, like, it's good to go to other people, and ask for information, ask for wisdom, ask for knowledge, ask about the things that we don't understand, so we don't have to go through situations. We don't have to say, experience is the best teacher. Because ultimately, if we're in a space where we can ask somebody, then we ask somebody. And even if you don't have somebody around, seek out a mentor, seek out a life coach, your pastor at your church, your deacon at church, somebody that you realize that you see them, that they're aligned with God and what he calls us to do in life. Take time out and say, hey, I'm going through something right now. I'm at a fork in the road, or maybe I made a bad decision already. Can you help me out and give me some advice? Because the common thread throughout our entire conversation was it's better to learn from secondhand experience than firsthand. We don't want to go through it. We want to be able to learn from somebody else, so that now we got the wisdom, the knowledge from that experience from someone else going through it rather than us. And that allows us to be better, so that now when we get the opportunity to share with someone else, we're able to share with them. They can learn and be better in life. So it's about, paying it forward. How can we do that? But first it starts with us seeking out someone to ask that information to be better off going forward. And then the other thing we talked about, like, as we talked about so many of these different things of testing the water, everybody had that thought of like, wow, like so many things that we go through in life, right? but yet we're still here today. Like, you guys are watching this video, I'm here talking with you guys, and we're here. So that means that we made it through whatever it was. And so that's where we have to have a heart of gratitude, to be thankful and to say, thank you, God. Like, thank you. You didn't have to pull me through that situation, because I can only speak for myself directly. Like, there's situations where I'm like, why was I even doing that? Like, why did I even put myself in that situation where I could be dead, harmed, injured, but I was doing those things, not even thinking. And that's why it's so important to, like you said, with the acronym, stop, think, outcomes, possibilities, because that allows us to think in that moment. And that's why it's also leading to the next one, is to have community. We always talk about this in the recap, and it's so important, because if you have community, sometimes when you're around certain people, you're influenced to do things that you wouldn't normally do if you were by yourself. And that's where we have to continue to be stronger in our faith, our walk, our spiritual journey, to realize that just if people are around us that's leading us to bad decisions, we have to remove those people from around us, or bring them into a place where we transition and be better. Like, for example, like some people that I used to hang out with, where we used to always go to the club, always go to the bar. But it's like, now if we go to hang out, hey, let's go to breakfast. Let's go to lunch. So we're not getting out at nighttime and pregame and having drinks. No, let's go have breakfast. Hey, let's go to church. So then now, if that person really loved just spending quality time with you, they're going to go to church. They're going to go get breakfast. They're going to go get lunch, because we got to grow and evolve in life. And now we're having deeper conversations over food. Now we're helping each other, really, versus like, okay, you're going out at nighttime and now your mind, you're inebriated, you're not sober, you're making bad decisions. And then now they think that that's fun, but no, that's not you. You have to grow and evolve. So that's why it's so important for us to learn from the mistakes that we go through. And then also not only learn from mistakes that we go through, but then now, how can we start learning without going through those experiences? So that's like really the summation of everything that we talked about when week 7, focus on testing the waters. As always, like I shared with you guys, if you haven't got the book already, the information will be in the description of this video. But go grab it, man. It's on Amazon. I promise you it will be a blessing. If you are a person with, teens, young adults in your family, perfect book for them. Or even if you are within that age range of 18, 30, we even got 40-year-olds on here. Like, look, just get the book. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. So again, I thank you guys for joining. Remember, we also got the Inspired by Christ hoodies available on the website. Go to littlebrotherinspires.com. Check it out. And you also have the link for the books and stuff on there. So thank you guys for joining. I hope that you have a great and blessed week. To God be the glory. Peace.